I haven't made a recording for a while. Um, I should have made a recording to let you know that the Fed's going to speak, and when he speaks, the market's going to jump. So you can see what happened yesterday on November 30th. The Fed spoke, and here's the market flat, just waiting for the Fed to say something good. But based on the CPI report we talked about previous, since that number wasn't atrocious, he's kind of got in a position where he's not going to say he's going to raise or possibly not raise as much as initially thought. So instead of a 75 base point raise, it's probably going to be a 50-point base raise, still followed by more recession worries than that. But with him just indicating that he's not going to raise was enough to take free money. So the Fed was giving away free money yesterday. You could see it right to the T when the Fed spoke. Spoke 1:30 Pacific time, or sorry, 1:30 Eastern time. That would be 11:30 over here in the Pacific time zone. As soon as he spoke, the market just shot right up. Again, the number one thing driving the economy right now is the CPI report and then the Fed. So again, based on what we talked about with the CPI, the Fed's pretty much going to follow through with that. So basically, the CPI in a couple weeks will be another big indicator, but it could be possible more free money. You see that the S&P jumped 3%, which is a massive jump, and the Dow Jones jumped 2%. That's 700 points to get to 2%. The reason why I'm a NASDAQ player is because when it goes up, it usually goes up more in the NASDAQ than it does in the others. So you can kind of see the market. It kind of has been going down since that free money that we had on the CPI report. It's coming back down because we're all waiting to see what the Fed's going to say. So right here, when the market dropped or the Nasdaq dropped a couple hundred points right in this area, that would be your time to buy. So sorry to get that out earlier, but you want to buy here on that big drop just before the Fed speaks. So anytime before the Fed speaks, the day before is probably a good buying opportunity if he's going to say something that's going to drive the market up, which again, the CPI report pretty much dictated that. So if you look at the one-day report, you can see right when he spoke that you can see it shoot up right here. That's the second he said one word, and that was it. As soon as we had an indication that they weren't going to be aggressive on raising rates, the NASDAQ jumped. So when the NASDAQ jumps, that means the tech funds are going to jump. So if you were to do a comparison, and I think Microsoft is a lot of people like to compare Microsoft to the tech. You see Microsoft outdid the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at Amazon. That'll be in purple. Amazon pretty much followed suit. And let's compare Tesla. They'll be in pink. Okay, so Tesla outdid them. Let's try Boeing. And this is Boeing right here in orange. So again, Boeing's not a NASDAQ. It's not a tech. It doesn't jump typically like the tech companies do. And that's why I'm kind of aimed towards the tech. Advanced Micro Devices is another tech fund. I think that's this orange one right here. So let's compare that to the ones I like to use, and we'll do the tech fund. The Directions Tech Fund, let's see how it did. It's going to be that light green color. You can see how much it outperformed the rest. And let's try another one. LABU is the biotech that I follow a lot. It's going to be the salmon color. And it did almost as good as the tech, way above all these other ones. Again, you're at like a tenth the risk and still outperforming. So I'd rather have my money spread out and diversified and getting higher rates of return than to put all my money in just one of these companies. Like if you have it in Boeing, that would be the worst place you could have put it today. All right, and then probably my favorite one, SOXL. This will be the light green color. You can see it's way up here. It had a 18% jump. And we'll do another comparison. Another one I really like is the Home Builders, the Nail Directions Fund. Ooh, and it didn't really do as great, didn't have a great move. But you know what? That's why I don't just buy nail only. I have my money diversified. Again, I would, if it were me, I would have the tech fund loaded. If I didn't have anything else, I would probably just play the tech fund, get that up to $100,000, and then start spreading your money elsewhere. I'll do one more comparison. If you were more conservative, you could do the QQQE, which is the Directions NASDAQ 100 fund. It's the top NASDAQ 100 funds. And that can't be right. I don't know what color that was. It should have been down in here somewhere. It's going to basically mimic whatever the NASDAQ 100 does. Okay, so 5-day range. You see, these very aggressive funds, they go down much more, but that's what gives you that stronger buying opportunity. When it's way down, I use these lines actually as when I see SOXL, LABU, if I see these down, the regular funds, this tells me, hey, you're way below. These things are about to take off up, and these are going to take off up with it. So when it goes up, it's going to have a much bigger jump than the other ones. All right, so again, that's all of these right here on the top. Those are the ticker symbols. Just doing a quick synopsis of why the market jumped so much, where your opportunities are. I would be watching for the CPI report coming out next month. It will be another huge indicator.